In this video, I will be opening up Pokemon booster packs for the first time in a long time, years. So to give you some context to this story, I've been playing Pokemon video games and I've had exposure to the cards since I was a little kid. Over 20 years ago, when it started, I was there, but I couldn't really afford much. So I didn't really purchase much cards back when I was a kid because my parents they weren't rich basically. They were on a budget. So getting Pokemon cards was really a struggle. I got some commons, that's about it. My mom bought singles of the first base set for me, which still aren't worth much money to this day. Anyhow, during the pandemic, so like late 2020, 2021, I got much more into the cards. I was always into the video games and I played like most of the earlier generations, like the first like 5 or 6. And then just kind of took a backseat from Pokemon, and then got back into it in like 17, 18, right when the first day the Pokemon Go game came out. I was a huge fan. I played it. I never quit. Most people quit after like the first month. I never stopped playing them. I still play that game. Not as much as I did like during the pandemic, but I'm pretty high level in there. I'm level 44. I have a lot of rare Pokemon, shiny Pokemon, and shiny legendaries with really good IVs in Pokemon Go still. And that brings us back to these booster packs. So around 2022, 2021, I started collecting a lot, buying a lot of stuff on eBay. But once again, it was still on budget. So I mostly bought singles, slabs, and things that were kind of in good condition that I could afford, or not so good in condition, but were vintage or rare or promo cards. So I mostly stick to the vintage sets and the modern Japanese promo sets. But there's stuff in between that's still slipped through. And sometimes sealed products, although sealed products are pretty expensive. So I would pick up like a Hidden Fates ETB and not open it, or something along those lines. Maybe the Japanese promo boxes, and a little bit of merchandise too. I held on to a Master Ball, which was like an actual custom print limited edition Master Ball. To make a long story short, in terms of sealed products, I have not really opened up any because I'm on a budget. When I collect something, I want it to retain its value. And typically, whether it's sealed, vintage, or modern, when you open it, you lose a lot of value. And I just figured it's about time I actually had some fun and enjoyed this hobby. It's not like I wasn't enjoying the hobby, but I sensed I was restraining myself a lot to save money. So like if I would buy a booster pack or a card, I would never get the experience that you see a lot on YouTube where they're opening packs, because I mean that's $100, $200, $300 sometimes down the drain immediately. Most of that value doesn't get retained unless you pull something really good. But we have some cards here from I don't know if I bought these outright. I could have, or they came with some other more expensive sealed stuff I bought. It could have been either or, but I did purchase some stuff a couple years ago, sealed stuff, modern, and I figured let's just crack these open. I could sell these and maybe make like a little bit of profit, but that's not the point of this. Let's just enjoy. So yeah, we're gonna start with a Sword and Shield base set. I'm just gonna open this up. And just a feeling of like being able to just enjoy this and like not have to worry about, oh, it's gonna lose value, and not even know what's inside, and just like think about reselling it in the future. It's not the way to go sometimes. Life is to be enjoyed. So we're gonna go ahead and open this up. This is a base Sword and Shield set. Once again, I can't remember if I bought these outright. I bought a bunch of stuff. There's so much stuff I bought, and I could have bought these outright as a collector, thinking that, oh, base Sword and Shield set, that's going to go up in value. Or this could have been included in something else I bought that the eBay seller decided to give to me. So Let's start with the beginning. We have Sabon, Galarian Ponyta. I love the visual on this card, but I know it's a common card. Mawile, another awesome Pokemon. Like, it's literally like a giant plant with teeth. Sheldor, Grookey, a reverse hollow Team Yell Grunt. I guess this is the modern version of Team Rocket. Oh wow, we got a rainbow card. I have no idea about these. I just know the Pikachu is really good. But we got a Stonjourner rainbow. I don't know if that's a rainbow rare, but the texture on this is quite incredible. Really rough. In terms of the condition on this, looks pretty solid. Very centered in the back. There may be a little bit of whitening on the edge, but otherwise I think this could be a PSA 10. I believe this would be a PSA 10 if I were to send it in. I don't know the value on it, probably not much, but there we go. We got a Water Energy, a Mantine, a Lucky Egg, a Rare Candy trainer card, and back to the Sobble. So there you go. That's my first pull in a while. And as I move on to these other stuff, let me just give you a little bit more of a backstory. As far as collecting and investing cards, I think I've probably net total lost money from this hobby. At the time, I thought maybe I could purchase cards I enjoyed and then hold them and then sell them for more and make some money off of this, which is what a lot of these like Pokemon investors on YouTube would say. But I made some bad choices, and you know, the speculation and fluctuation in this hobby, it's just really hard to predict anything. Okay, so this is one of these 3 additional card base set Sword and Shield boosters. From what I can tell, you rarely get anything good from these small boosters, but let's see. We got a Nickit, which once again I don't recognize. It's one of these modern Pokemon. It's like a fox. It's pretty cool. Chinchou, I recognize this one. This was still in a generation that I played fairly often. And Dugtrio from the base 151 Pokemon. So yeah, that's about it of this set. Let's go ahead and move on to the final one. This is Vivid Voltage. Once again, I don't know if these have been weighed or not. I assume they have not, because that one I pulled seemed to be rarer and thus a heavy, but who knows? I can't even remember why I bought these or what, but here we go. We have a Wailmer. This is Vivid Voltage. From what I know about the set, I feel like most, if not all of the set is pretty much irrelevant, except for the big chase card, which is that chonky rainbow rare Pikachu. So we'll see. We got Weedle, straight from the base set. Glad to see the original 151 still get their glory. Beldum, actually a pretty useful Pokemon in Pokemon Go, because it evolves into Metagross, which is probably one of the strongest non-legendary steel attackers to this day. Fanfi, we got the elephant thing. Duskull, one of my favorite Halloween Pokemon. It's literally a skull in a cloak. Dusknoir, so we got a reverse hollow here. Dusknoir, and I believe he evolves from Duskull, if I recall correctly. So pretty cool card. Spooky Shot with 3 energy, deals 120 damage. That's a lot. And then it has an ability, all special energy attached to the Pokemon, both yours and your opponent's, provide 1 energy and have no other effect. So it kind of nullifies other Pokemon. Provide 1 energy, no other effect. So this, by the way, I've been really getting into Pokemon TCG Pocket, which is a new Pokemon app that's come out where you can play the card game. I never got into playing the card games. Apparently, less than 1% of people who collect the cards play the card game. But I'm starting to finally learn how to play the game after like 25 years, and it's actually pretty fun. Apparently, it's a simplified version of the real card game, but I still love it a lot. You can literally open virtual packs there for free, so it's a bit more fun. Ooh, we got a Pikachu, Pikachu V. This is not the chunky Pikachu, so I don't think this is a big chase pull. Nonetheless, it is a bit shiny. It is a full art from what I can tell. Full art, I believe, means like the whole card is an artwork. And yeah, this is the big pull. After that, we got a Fighting Energy, a Zebstrika, like a zebra, and then Excadrill. Once again, another, probably the top non-legendary ground attacker in Pokemon Go. And then we got a Nuzleaf. This one probably not worth much at all. The centering on the back though is immaculate. There's a little bit of white spots in the top right, but this is pretty close to a PSA 10 or 9. There's some whitening on the edge at the bottom, but pretty solid overall. Love the reflections. And this card is like pretty strong. It was 190 HP. With 1 energy, you can search your deck for up to 2 energy cards and attach them to this Pokemon, which will get you up to 3 energies, which allows you to do Thunderball, which is 200. The only downside is it discards all energies from this Pokemon. So it's like a one-time use, but like, man, can you use it pretty quickly, and it could tank a lot of damage. With 1 energy, you can basically search your desk, and by the next turn, it'll be dealing 200 damage. Pretty solid card for the game, in my opinion. And yeah, that is it for my journey of playing this little booster pack opening experience. I really felt like this was quite fun, and I am not at that level where I can just crack open a booster box and open like 100 cards. Now I could, but it would be a noticeable hit to the bank account. Although I do think you can get like a tin and get like 6 packs of some like random set and try your luck. But it is kind of like gambling, so that's why this is my indulgence for now. So let me know, do you have any suggestions or ideas for someone who doesn't want to get too addicted to the gambling, but would like to have like a more full-on booster pack experience with some solid hits at a budget? Is there anything that's available on the market right now that we can do that? I saw a recent video by Twice Baked Jake, and he bought like a tin off like a local store called, I forgot the name, Knickknacks or something. It cost like 25 bucks, and he was able to open 6 packs. The one thing is, can you really get anything good opening only 6 packs? And let's say you don't have hundreds or thousands to just blow on opening packs. That experience is really fun. So right now, I'm just going to stick to the free apps and maybe buying singles. Oftentimes what I found is, rather than gambling, the statistics are better if you just buy the singles from the packs. You can get a lot more of the cards you want without necessarily having to spend as much money gambling on packs. You just go directly to the cards. Thanks for watching. See you later.